In our first variation, we have the split load working on the on-the-run shot. In this variation, this is going to be a split load into a time and room. Now, something that you can think about when working on this shot is thinking about a line that you want to get your shot off by. A lot of players talk about having a quicker release, and sometimes we need something that's going to actually force us to get the shot off quicker when we're training, just like a defender would be forcing us to speed up that release in a game. So something that you can do is set up a line, maybe it's 10 yards, maybe it's 8 yards, where you're trying to split and load, and then quickly gather your feet to then plant and shoot time and room. So again, we're not gonna overanalyze how many steps we take after the split and load, but we're more gonna think about you marking that spot down on the field where you wanna get your shot off by, and then taking a couple steps back, working on that split load and punch, and then getting turned, planting your feet and driving off that back foot. Now, when we work on this variation, the split load into a time and room, we want to make sure that we're not then taking another crow hop after we get turned. So how that's going to look, and you're going to see in these examples, is when we split and load, we need to make sure that when we get turned, we take one step off of our back foot, our plant foot, and then we step to our target and we drive through and we rotate. So once we come out of that split and load, we want to make sure we take that one step, plant, and then that second step to drive through and get going to our target. That's going to help us make sure we get the ball out quick and we don't take unnecessary steps. The thing that we have to remember about the split load in time and room and the split load on the run is that the number of steps that we can take will be afforded to us by the defense, but we have to be prepared for getting it out as quick as possible in the least amount of steps as possible. On this field, I'm using the 8-meter women's line, which is equivalent to about a 10 to 11 yard shot in men's.